Let's take a look at creating a QR code using the website theqrcodegenerator.com. Take a look at the URL because it is a little bit unique in how you would type that in. And it brings you to this page here. You have the ability to generate a QR code, and a QR code is this thing here that we see, this black and white pattern here. And you can see what I like about the QR code generator is that you have 5 different types of things that you can do and attach it to a particular QR code. And so for this first one, you can see it's free text, and what this is good for is if you just want to type in, messages. Or instructions, like take a look at the question below, for example. And you can see as I type that in, it actually changes the arrangement of the pattern inside of this QR code here. And basically what that means is that you're actually embedding this text inside the QR code, and someone with a phone or a tablet using their camera scanning this in using some sort of QR code reader, this text would now pop up after scanning in this code. And that's just the first type there. So this could be used for specific instructions, pasting or inserting one of these QR codes beside a question or a task. This might help provide some additional instructions, tips, tricks, hints, whatever. The more common use of QR codes is to actually link it to a specific site. And if I click on URL, you can see here that it gives me a field now to type in or copy paste in a web address. And by doing this, when someone scans in the QR code using a QR code reader, it will then instead take you to this website here that you've typed in, this URL. Now, there's 3 others. There's contacts that you can do as well, attaching it to a QR code, phone numbers, SMS. Unique, I've not really thought too much about how you might use these in terms of in a classroom setting, but I can see that for free text or text messaging, having that pop up after scanning in a QR code or a URL, those would actually be quite useful in a classroom. And when it comes time to generating it and you now want to use it, insert it into a document or into another spreadsheet or someplace where students would be able to then view it and see it, a web page for example, you're going to want to click on Save. You can see here it would save it as a PNG. You can rename it to whatever you would like. Click Save, and then it would allow you to then save it and for you to then retrieve it, insert it into a web page, document, whatever. Clicking on Share offers you some other options as well. You can choose to grab the HTML code. So again, another way of you being able to insert it into something like a website. Here's also a link to the actual URL. And the last one is an options tab, and this would allow you to sort of slightly customize basically the size of your QR code. You can see here it's of this size, but if you want to try to make it smaller so that it's not taking up as much space, you can click on 50 pixels, and we can see how that just sort of drops the size down. It doesn't do anything to the actual code or text or location or URL that you're trying to link it to. That will still all work. It's just that it's just a slightly different size. And that's pretty much it. That is the QR code generator, and it's pretty straightforward and pretty simple. But what I like is the option there for different types, and in particular not just the URL, but the use of being able to add in the text and having that show up when you scan in the QR code.